Hi everybody, welcome back. It is time once again. This is part 2 in my nail polish declutter series. We have a lot of polishes to get through. I count 34 we're going to try and get through. So without further ado, let's get to decluttering. First polish we have up here, this is such a pretty one. This one is called Haute or Haute, however you want to say that, Couture. This one comes from a L'Oreal nail color. It is a beautiful, beautiful color. It's like a deep, dark, what do we want to call this? Like an oxblood red. The polish itself, though, is just getting old. I have had this one for, I can't even tell you how long I've had it. I have a lot of deep oxblood red types of shades, so I'm going to pass this along to somebody who will show it some love. Next up is from Sinful Colors, and this is one of the Candy Johnson collection ones. The name of the shade is Mermaid Tail. This is a beautiful shade. It's that duochrome shifting type of glittery shade. It is really pretty. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile because I kind of really do like this one, but at the same time, this isn't a type of shade I wear too very often. Another one here from Sinful Color. This is in the shade Snow Me White. Cute little play on words there. It is a white polish. I did go ahead and keep a white polish, and I have a white polish, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go. This one is another one from the Sinful Colors Candy Johnson collection. This is one of the vintage mattes. This is in the shade Whipped Frosting. I do like this. This is a really pretty white. It's kind of an off-whitey shade, but I have one that it's almost absolutely identical to this that I'm actually going to keep from a formula I prefer, so I'm going to pass this one along. This one coming to us from Pure Eyes. This is in the shade Wear Red. It is kind of an orangey red shade. Not too terribly red, it's more of an orangey red shade. Not one of my favorite types of reds. I've also had this forever. This bottle is getting a little old and worse for the wear looking, so I'm going to go ahead and pass this one along. Another one here from Pure Eyes. This one is in the shade Good Vibes. It is a demi-matte finish, and it is a yellow color. I mean, it's pretty enough. It's kind of a canary yellow, but honestly, this isn't a color that I wear often, so I'm gonna pass that along. This one too is coming to us from Sinful Color. This is the shade It's About Valentine. This one is really pretty. It's a kind of a duochrome. It shifts from, you know, like this pinky. It's got like some gold and silver reflect iridescence in it. It is a very, very, very pretty color. I will give it that. It is gorgeous, but again, with this formula with Sinful Color, as you can see it dripping off there, it's just a very runny consistency, and so it takes several coats to get it to build up, and I don't have time for that in my life, so I'm going to pass this on. This one is coming to us a Sinful Color from the Candy Johnson collection, and this is a sugar finish, so it's a textured polish. It kind of has like a gritty feel after you apply it. The color is pretty. I couldn't get over kind of the texture thing, so I'm going to pass this along. Another one here from Sinful Color. It's kind of, as you can see, I haven't used these in a while, so I'm trying to roll them up really good. But this is the shade Soulmate. This is one of those me shades. It's kind of a nudie pinky shade. I actually love this one and kind of forgot it was even in here. I'm definitely going to keep this one. Another one here from Sinful Color. This is in the shade Thimbleberry. It's honestly just kind of like a pinky ruddy corally vibe going on. I have a color very, very similar to this from a formula, again, I'll enjoy more. So I am going to pass this one along. The next ones are all going to be from Sinful Color. This is in the shade Golden Roses. Again, this is one of those pretty, like, glittery shades. It's kind of like a rose gold type of shade. But again, with this formula, it's just so, these shimmer shades especially, it's just so darn thin that it takes so many coats to get it opaque. And then by that time, I'm done with it. So we're going to pass it along. Next shade up here from Sinful Color again. This is from the Candy Johnson collection. And this is the shade Flip Tease. It's a really pretty blue shade. It's got the holographic kind of glitter shift in it, microfine glitter. But again, it's just this formula. They're more matte shades that, not necessarily matte, but you know, just kind of like your regular color shades. They're very good. You know, 2 coats is opaque perfection, but these shimmer shades, it takes 3, sometimes even 4 coats to get it to opaqueness, and that's just too much going on underneath. So I'm going to pass this along. Next one here, this actually comes from the Kylie Trend Matters collection. This is the shade VI Peach, and it is a pretty peach color. It has lots of pretty gold iridescent reflect glitter in it, but again, it's one of their kind of more shimmery shades, so I'm going to pass this one along as well. Coming again here from the Candy Johnson collection, this is the shade Pink Sickle. This shade is so beautiful. It is a really light baby pink with just a little bit of lavender hint in it, but it's got that really pretty holographic glitter shift in it. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous color. But I'll show you here, because as you can see, even when I pull it out, I've got my little piece of paper here. It's so thin that it takes so many coats to build it up to get any type of color payoff or anything out of it. So sadly, I'm going to pass this one along. Another one we have here from the Candy Johnson collection. This is the Vintage Matte collection, and this is the shade Peaches and Cream. It is actually kind of close to the shade I'm wearing currently, and this isn't a formula I much more so prefer than this. So I'm going to pass this one along as well. And the last one from Simple Colors, again from the Candy Johnson collection, the Vintage Mattes. This is the shade Strawberry Milk, a very, very pretty pink, like light baby pink color that kind of has a little bit of that lavendery shift in it too as well. But it's just really a pretty like Pepto-Bismol, well, it's not even that deep, well, maybe Pepto-Bismol pink, which I love, but I have other shades and other formulas that I prefer much more, and I would rather give these away so that people can get some use out of them before they go bad. So I'm gonna pass this one along too. Got one here from M.A.C. This is the shade Viva Antigua, and I believe it was the maybe a summer or 2 ago that they had these going around, and it's a very pretty blue shade. It's got these really fine silvery microfine glitter shift to it. It's a gorgeous color, don't get me wrong, but I just don't like Essie's formula. It shrinks underneath my Sacha Vite, and I just don't like to use it, so let's pass that along. Now moving forward, all of the colors we have are going to come to us from Pure Ice, so let's go. First one up here we have, this is from the Demi Matte edition as well, and these are kind of a demi matte finish. They're not completely matte, but they are a little bit matte. This is a pretty orangey kind of corally color, and the name of it is Vitamin C SEA. Cutest play on words, but I'm going to pass that along. This one coming up to us is basically the same color as the last one, only this one has microfine glitter shimmers in it. It is a very pretty color, but I have colors that are very close to this in formulas I like better, and it is getting old and starting to turn. This one is in the shade Twinkle, and I'm going to pass it along. This one here from Pure Ice is a very pretty, kind of your more hot pink shade. It's a very, very pretty cream shade. I like it a lot, but I have one that's almost identical to the same color in a different formula I like. As you'll see, it's not far off from this color at all. You can tell I kind of like what I like. So this one in the shade After Hours, I am going to pass along. This one coming to us from Pure Ice is called I'll Never Tell. It is a brown, just full of that beautiful gold glistening glitter. I love this shade. I've always loved this shade, and I'm not even sure if they make this shade anymore, so because that's an old bottom label on this one, but I'm gonna keep this one. Next one here from Pure Ice, this is the shade Moonlight. It is a gorgeous, what I would call, you wanna call that a grapple? It's like a charcoal gray purple, and it's got just the finest hint of purple iridescent glitters. If you can kind of see those picking up just a little bit in there. It's so subtle. This is a shade I really love. I'm definitely keeping this one. This gorgeous color here from Pure Eyes is in the shade Doll Face. I love this shade. I really do. It is just your perfect like apricot. I do really love this shade and it is gorgeous, but this particular formula for whatever reason with this shade is horrible. And it just does not flow very well. I don't like the way it works out. So I'm going to pass this one along, kind of sadly, but I am going to pass it along. Next color here, this is in the shade Showstopper. It is the brightest, most vibrant yellow you will ever see. I'm keeping this solely for one purpose. During Halloween, I do candy corn nails. So you saw the orange shade I kept last. That's what this yellow shade is for. And it is just, you know, the most vibrant yellow shade ever. So I am keeping this just for the purpose of candy corn nails. This is one of the Pure Eyes two-step gel tech polishes. So you put on this and then it has the top coat. This one is in the shade Not the Gloss of Me. I do like this. It's a really pretty burgundy shade, but I just don't like the way that it performs. This is a very, very thin consistency. Takes several coats, and even with the like gel tech top coat, it just doesn't perform very well. Not for me at least, so I'm going to pass this on. This one again is the limited edition. It was from their Demi Matte collection, and this one is in the shade Beige, B-A-E, Watch. It's a very pretty light purple lavendery shade. It's kind of almost that, you know, like Easter egg purple type shade. It is really pretty, but it's not a shade I wear often enough to justify keeping it, so I'm going to pass it along. This shade I actually do love a lot, but, but there's a but. This is one in the shade Siren. It is a very good red. It's just a gorgeous, your classic pinup red shade, but I was able to find a pinup red shade in a formula I much more so prefer, so this one's got to go. Next up is the shade Home Run. I have had this shade forever and I love it. I used to love wearing this. It's almost kind of that Tiffany blue color, which I'm a sucker for. We're gonna go over to the maybe pile. This is a gorgeous color. It is in the shade Magic. It is so pretty. It's like a chrome finish. It's kind of a rusty type color in a chrome finish. It is really, really, really pretty, but the formula is the worst. It does take several coats to build up, so I'm gonna pass this one on. Another gorgeous pretty shade here from Pure Eyes. This is in the shade Happy Hour, and it is a gorgeous kind of like, you know, your coral basic, I don't know, like the past 10 polishes I've shown you today around this same color. I have so many like this that I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go. Another one from Pure Eyes. I believe this one was a limited edition too. It is in the shade Stone Cold. It is a really pretty color, I would say, and it does contain just a microfine gold glitter shift in it. I would say it is a lighter version of Moonlight, and I don't prefer this one very much. I think it's almost too light for my complexion. I don't know why. It's just one of those, it's not very flattering on me. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass that one on too. This was part of their Juicy Matte finish. I don't know what's supposed to be juicy about a matte finish. The little label fell off the bottom, so I don't know what the shade is called. I don't even think they make these anymore. It's an okay color. It was just kind of a fun purchase. These aren't colors I wear very much, so I'm gonna pass this on. Next up is this Glitter Goddess. Look at the disco that is happening inside this bottle. Is this not pretty? It is the shade Private Show. I'm not sure they make this shade anymore. It gets opaque enough that a couple of coats and it's a great finish, and it's microfine glitter, so it's not impossible to take off. I'm definitely keeping this one. And last but not least, I have a glow in the dark one here. This is just the shade, it's called Fright This Way. It does have these little bats in it. You see those little guys who are next to impossible to get out of the bottle, You kind of have to get a little toothpick or something and scoop them out. It's almost impossible to catch them with the brush. But this really does glow in the dark, y'all. It glows in the dark very well. I'd love to show you that. Unfortunately, it's not enough light for my camera to pick it up, so I won't be able to do that. But I am going to keep this one because this one is fun for around the holiday season, for the Halloween holiday season. All right, that is all of them. So now let's go through and see what we did. I'm definitely keeping these 6 here, so those I'm going to keep. 26 we're decluttering for sure. Now we have 2 in our maybe pile. I really do like this color, but if I remember correctly, it takes so many coats to build this up because it's a very thin formula. Oh, as much as I do love it, because it is a pretty color, I'm going to pass this one on. And even though I do love this color a lot, and I've used it quite a bit, I have another color that's very, very close to it. Formula I much more so prefer. This is getting older, so it needs to find a home and get some love, so I'm going to pass it along too. So when it's all said and done, I'm passing on 28, keeping 6. So I think that I did a fantastic job here. Naya, I'm sorry. I'll be sure next time to add a trigger warning in the beginning of the video for you, my dear. And so that is it. That is nail polish declutter part 2. We still have a couple more videos to go to get through my entire collection. We did get through 34 of them today, so that was a lot. Once again, I of course want to thank you as always for spending a little bit of your time with me today. I truly, truly do appreciate it. And as always, before you leave, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. You definitely don't want to miss out on any videos that I have coming up. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.